Welcome back to Heel Club. Today we have a very special duo with us hanging out. The Headbangers, Mosh and Thrasher.
So it's a very special day.
Yes, it is. It is Mosh's birthday.
Yay.
Yeah. So I went out and got like our presents.
Yeah.
We got crowns.
Yeah. And what the hell does it say? The Star Wars, Mandalorian, and Grogu.
They're from Burger King.
Okay. I'm go this way then.
Yeah. You're the Mandalorian.
Yes. I don't even know what that is. I'm not wearing it. Anyway, here we are. We're here. Thanks for having us on.
He loves birthday messages through Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.
I'm not a fan of my birthday. I just don't. To me, it's not I'll be transparent. To me, it's not a big deal. Someone says to me, well, you should celebrate yourself. You have a lot of stuff to celebrate. I'm like, I do that every single day.
Yeah.
I just need to do it on my birthday. And for me, Mr. Stoner with the mask on, I'd rather celebrate Father's Day. That's more important to me than my birthday.
You know, and that's a fantastic comment. However, I will say happy birthday. And I hope everyone out there wishes you a happy birthday as well, just to make you feel extremely uncomfortable. That's the goal, right?
Exactly. That was my point with the stupid hat. But see, you don't know him very well. It takes a lot to make him uncomfortable. A lot.
It would have been best because we just did our episode of the stage dive, and he showed me the crowns before we started taping. You should have just pulled them out without showing.
I was going to hide the crown.
I don't know. You could have figured it out. You got up and almost killed my dog with the microphone. All right, sorry, we've hijacked your show now.
No, you're good. So thank you both for being on. I'm really excited to have you on. You guys are actually one of the first tag teams I ever watched on WWF, WWE TV. I want to talk about a couple of things.
I guess.
Yeah. You guys have announced your official retirement match for July 23rd, 2026 at ISPW Legends of Wrestling event. Guys, after 33 years as a tag team, how does it feel to hit the road knowing that this is it? This is the final run. This is the final matchup coming up.
It's so there's a couple of things here. We haven't, I guess we'll officially announce it now.
I guess.
Because we planned on doing a video to
which we're going to do after this.
Yes. So we're going to do a video after this, but you will be the first person to know, well, third person. Fifth, besides us, Tommy, and Derek.
Yeah.
And Marcus. So that makes you the sixth. All
right. So this is Amber.
So this will be the
and your dog. Yes. And your dog. Well, the guy that does your dry cleaning, you know.
Amber's my dog.
Okay, you'll be in the top 10.
Okay. This will be the first time on a podcast.
Yeah, there you go. There's a first.
That we're saying this. We're actually pushing the retirement to the end of the year.
For two reasons.
One reason is I just had distal bicep surgery 8 weeks ago, and I just got out of my brace yesterday. I'll still be kind of limited come July, I think. And that last match, I don't want to have any restrictions whatsoever. I want to be able to just go.
Balls to the wall, baby.
So that's one thing. And the second reason is we've gotten, it's shocking and it's very humbling, the response we've gotten from promoters and fans wanting to see us that one last time. So this will give a couple more months, 5 more months of opportunity for us to get booked, for people just basically to see us that one last time. Why they want to see us one last time, I don't know, but
we appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it, and we're going to run with it. But to answer your initial question, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think it's really fully set in yet.
Yeah.
Because
you never really retire from wrestling, but you retire from the ring.
Right. In ring is different than, we'll never retire from wrestling because we love doing this stuff. We love doing the conventions. So that's a little bit different, but the in-ring action is what's coming to an end. And I don't know. I honestly don't know because
It'll be weird.
Yeah, because I think about it like, oh my God, how am I going to react? Because when we do shows now, when we get done, we grab the microphone, we thank the fans, we thank the promoter, we thank everyone for the years, and the little chants start, and it's like I'm getting goosebumps right now. Like it's goosebumbly the way the response we get because I don't know, we don't look at ourselves that
Like
way.
that.
Never have. And so it's going to be interesting because I honestly don't know how I'm going to feel or how I'm going to act until it actually happens.
But we are still doing the final match in New Jersey
with Tommy, with ISPW, and we will still be at the his Legends show on July 23rd. That just will not be the last match. So we'll still be there. It just won't be the last match. But we are doing it with him. I think it's December 26th in North Jersey. He does a big holiday Christmas extravaganza show, whatever it is. But it will be with Tommy with ISPW, but it's just now will be December 26th.
And it will be great. It'll be weird to be in New Jersey Christmas time.
It's going to be cold.
Yeah, I haven't been in Jersey at Christmas time in 20 years, 30
I haven't
years.
been there since I moved down here. So
a long time.
My last Christmas in New Jersey was December of 2001.
There you go.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's going to be it now.
And have you guys thought about potential final opponents, or have you started to have those conversations? So I know you guys have had a prolific indie career. You are one of the top 5 tag teams that's held the most indie titles. So have you guys had any thoughts or ideas on who you'd like to face for your final match?
We did, yes. And we actually spoke to him. So the original idea was Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. That was the original idea, and they both agreed to it. And then
Matt had to go and get himself signed by WWE.
Well, that was one thing. The other thing was we were trying to do it. We were trying to do it with the Monster Factory, and we were trying to do it in June. This would have been June of 26. But then out of nowhere, Danny closed the Monster Factory down, and that's a different story for a different day. But then we had to switch it to July, and neither of them were available for July 23rd because they were being in San Diego for some kind of toy convention or something. So we've talked to Tommy about some different things. It's still kind of up in the air. I will say this. I would love to somehow have a match with Hank and Tank from NXT, whether it's the last one or not the last one. Because I did say this, to be fair, when we first announced it, I said the only way after this that I would get back in the ring would be a WWE ring or if Japan calls.
Yeah.
So if anybody knows anyone in Japan, because I've never been there,
call us.
Yeah, let me know.
I will say there are 2 gentlemen that work Japan on a constant basis that I think a lot of fans would love to see you 2 get in the ring with.
In Japan?
So you in Japan or in the States, because they work the States here too.
Okay.
They do things in Noah. They've worked WWE. They've worked AEW. They've worked MOW. I believe they've been in TNA as well. They were members. They were original OC members of the Bullet Club. Gallows and Anderson.
Oh, wow.
Would be a fantastic. The Good Brothers would be a fantastic, if not a last match, matchup for you guys on your retirement tour. If that could happen, that would make a lot of fans really happy. That's like a dream booking.
I text with Luke quite often, and I'm always saying, like, when are you getting me booked over in there? And I actually thought Noah would be perfect because Noah's got the working relationship with WWE as well. And Luke, I know Luke and then we're just there. So they said, I got to reach back out to Luke now.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Yeah, so that would be great. Another great one would be another great match to have. I don't know about last match, because I'll be honest, the last match, I'd like it to be someone we can kind of pass a torch to. I think that would be cool. But another match that would be fun that could possibly happen now would be the New Day, being that they're not under a contract anymore.
Yeah.
And again, not a last match. Again, the last match, I'd like it to be, I mean, obviously I'd want it to be someone that people know, so it gets a little bit more traction. And like someone, like the Good Brothers and when it would have been Matt and Brian, like that would have gotten traction. Like I even texted with Matt Hardy about it, like coming to TNA and trying to do something with them, like kind of like the Dudleys did. But I really want someone that we can kind of go, okay, and kind of like pass a torch along to.
So you've both recently, you're not recently, I guess, but you both signed Legends deals, nostalgia deals with WWE. Um, how does it feel to be having a new? So, Mosh, I know that you work down there in the PC and you coach and you see these young kids coming up, right? How does it feel for both of you to see a whole new generation of wrestling fans that are playing you in video games? That are playing that, you guys can now have like more action figures coming out. Like, how does this feel to you guys that like you've made your mark on the wrestling community, the wrestling world, and now this new crop of fans are seeing who the Headbangers are?
So it's surreal, actually. That we have these contracts that are actually calling us legends, and like he said before, we never even really looked at ourselves like that. We were just, two kids from New Jersey, just having a great time. It's cool because we have people that come up to us now and they're like, I played you on 2K26, and I got your action figure in the set. I can't wait for the new ones to come out, which are coming out soon. So yeah, it's kind of surreal. We were never really like big, like, yeah, that's right, I'm a star, I'm a celebrity kind of thing, or anything like that. We had different jobs than everybody else. That's it. It was just different.
Yeah, it's cool because you get a lot of people that are playing us on the new video game, the 2K 24, 25, and 26. But then they have our action figures from 97, 98, or they're playing us on Warzone and Attitude, or WrestleMania 2000 on N64. So it's kind of full circle. I mean, I still have those old video games. And obviously 2K 24. We had to download that to get it, and yeah, it's just surreal. It's just, yeah, again, we don't look at ourselves that way, so it's just kind of weird. Actually, the other day I was listening to the Not Sam show on Sirius, and Matt was on there, Cardona, and Matt was talking about when he was young and he would do like tournaments with his figures and stuff like that. And he had like he said like this was going to be my last like toy time playing with the action figures. He was in
Yeah.
like 11th grade or something. He said it was the last one, and he had like all the figures from like it was like our figures, the Bone Crunchers. Like he went through all the different companies with figures, but he never said who won. So I sent him and Sam Roberts a text while they were on the air, and I'm like, "So who won this this Rumble?" And then Matt went on. So he said Goldust won the giant Royal Rumble,
Okay.
which I got. I'm like,
Well,
that's solid winner. Surprising, but solid winner. But then Matt went on to talk about like us. He like talked about our new figures, the Mattel ones that came out last year.
yeah.
And he was like, I still think the Jack Specifics, the very first one, is the best of us. Because he
Really?
said he feels there was more detail in like the skirt in the boxer shorts and just the setup of it. And plus it was the first one. And like we were his first like figure tag team champion. And then I don't know, something else happened and they said something and I sent another text to them and it brought up a Hall of Fame. Like Sam Roberts said to Matt, like, do you think they should, they're Hall of Fame worthy? And Matt didn't hesitate to say yes, which kind of surprised me because when people say, oh, when are you going to get in the Hall of Fame? I'm like, I don't think we really deserve to be um, in the Hall of Fame. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think we've done enough
It's
because I know it's based on like the longevity, even though our longevity was there, we were just a little before our time. Like we only had when we were full time with WWE, WWF, we only had two title runs. One is WWE Tag Champs and is NWA. But no, they it was like a 5-minute discussion of how yes, we deserve to be in there, which really kind of shocked me.
yeah. It takes me back when people say that about, because I look at like Demolition and the Road Warriors and teams like that that are in the Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Express is, do we compare up to them?
I don't know because I look
Obviously,
at
some people think.
I guess you got to look at the Dudleys are in there, the Hardys aren't yet, but they'll definitely be in there. Edge and Christian, I'm
Yep.
sure, will be in there. I look at like what's the qualification? Is it
Yeah.
titles? Is it impact? Because I think impact, maybe we didn't have the title runs that they all had,
But the
but is it
impact.
the impact? I think we had the impact. We have it. The longevity, I mean, 33 years, we were
Yeah.
the last of the indie guys or the territory guys coming up.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I think we've paid our dues and paved the way, and we're still doing that now. So, and again, now I just brought up a whole Hall of Fame thing. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, and it's interesting because you have a large fan base, like you really do, and the question about Hall of Fame comes up with like every wrestler, every tag team, right? That's no longer in WWF, or like that still is, but they've been there a while. Like people are talking about Hall of Fame for Randy Orton, people are talking about Hall of Fame for Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, whatever, right? But it's interesting because you both have been named as the Headbangers as a tag team as one of the biggest wastes of talent and the most irrelevant tag teams. And these were publications by WWF and WWE. Like WWF Magazine named you both, like the Headbangers, in the top 15 of basically people that take up space. And now the fans are talking about these guys should be in the Hall of Fame. So to me, that's hilarious.
Right.
It was so funny when that came out, and then it was like, I don't know, when that article came out, 3-4 years after that, we signed legend deals. It's like,
Yeah.
how much of a waste of space were we if they want us, on it? But it is what it is.
I think a lot of it is the timing of when we were there. Matt said this the other day. He said, if you took the Headbangers then and put them in now, we'd be the top tag team.
Yep.
We'd be one of the top tag teams, in WWE. And, I think the timing for us back then was maybe wasn't the best because you had the Heart Foundation, you had, LOD in there. You had, I did a brain fart with the Godwins, and then they started bringing in other teams. And I think honestly, part of it was that when we were first brought in, we were brought in under that part-time contract. The idea of that part-time contract was to take these guys, build them up to here, to keep putting the top guys over. So we were never brought in like, the Dudleys came in because of their run with ECW and, with Paul, they instantly got pushed, above us. Matt and Jeff got pushed, Edge and Christian got pushed. And I think we just, in the office, as far as the office goes, it was that mindset of these guys are great. Cornette said this to us, I can't tell you how many times. He goes, you guys are over. They can put you with, we would work the oddities and we were heels. The next night on TV, we're working Billy and Jesse, and now we're baby faces. Like people just cheered or booed us. It didn't matter. I think we were just in that spot where we were so over, the character, the gimmick was so over. It didn't matter. It didn't matter what they did with us.
So here's a good example. We are the Chelsea Green of back then. That's how I feel about Chelsea.
Beautiful example. Beautiful example. Chelsea Green can work anybody. She can be a heel. She can be a face. And people
100%.
either love her or they hate her regardless.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Good job.
Yes.
We are the Chelsea Green of tag team wrestling.
That's right.
Putting that on a shirt.
And
somewhere. Yeah.
We have to get her hat. Not
thinking
that one.
thinking that's the hat. That's the one. It's that type of thinking that led you to be the one-time hardcore champion. That's that kind of thinking.
37 seconds.
You know what? I will say it is 37 seconds longer than Mosh held the hardcore title.
It is.
So,
the other side, listen, if you're trying to create something here, it's not going to work.
No.
But the other side of it is this, and this is how I look at it. And again, I'll bring up Cardona because I know Cardona gets heat all the time because he won the Intercontinental Championship in a ladders match at WrestleMania, but then lost it the next day. Who cares? You still won it at WrestleMania. Winning a title at WrestleMania, whether it's 37 seconds or one day, is better than winning it for for my opinion, sorry for the language, for holding the belt for 6 months. You won a title at WrestleMania. That's huge. Even if it was for only
biggest,
and I lost a beat gas.
So the tag team division in the late 90s, the Attitude Era, that was, the transitory period, right? The Attitude Era was insane. It was chaos for the viewers. I remember watching Triple H and Big Show have Triple H and The Rock and Rock Connection, then Triple H and Big Show have a buried alive match on a SmackDown, just like a random SmackDown, right? and it was absolute chaos. You had Edge and Christian, the Hardys, New Age Outlaws, even, Legion of Doom was in there a little bit in late 90s, the Godwins. What was the locker room chemistry like back then? And was it like hyper competitive? Was it you guys are building this masterpiece together? Or was it everyone just kind of comes in, hangs out, does their thing, does work, and then, get some beers after?
I always felt like back then the Attitude Era felt like it was more family. Everybody, like, at least we knew where our position was in the company. We knew we weren't the main event. We knew, we were there either to get the crowd going for first match or bringing back the crowd after intermission. We knew where we stood. I didn't feel, I mean, I guess sitting back here now, you know, then I didn't feel like there was any backstabbing. Now knowing some stuff that actually happened, yeah, there was a little bit backstabbing going on and stuff like that. We were supposed to win the titles a couple more times from what we heard now. And then people went in to Vince and I guess.
Yeah, there was for me, and I talk about it in my book.
Big plug there. Real Men Wear Skirts, guys. Go check out the
Beneath the
out the book
It's
now.
Beneath the Skirt.
Beneath the Skirts. That's my bad.
There you go.
Beneath the Skirt by Chaz Warrington. Check out the book.
The business side of wrestling, we didn't know really existed. We thought it was,
the politics.
We thought it was you have at least for me, the thought was, okay, I'm here, I have a job, and I relate it to like someone that works at Walmart. You work at Walmart or you work a regular job, you do exactly what you're supposed to do. You do what you're asked, you do nothing wrong, you don't get in trouble. You basically have a job for life. You have a job for as long as you want to have it. And that's what we always thought. We got there, we're like, okay, we're here. All right, we're doing the right thing. We don't get in trouble. We go out, but we were quiet about it, and we don't get in trouble. But we're doing what we're asked, and we're gonna have a job for life. And I said it all the time, like we're here. I want to retire from in-ring action when I'm 40, and then become a road agent. Like that was always what I thought was going to happen, not realizing the political side of things until years later. Even when I was like not re-signed and I was bitter and salty for a while. And then finally, when I realized the business side of it, I understood it more. But it took me a while to get there. I think if we would have understood the business side and the political side of things and the way, like we never knew we could walk into Vince's office and go, hey, we don't think we should lose tonight and we should win the belts. And here's why.
Right.
Like we didn't know that existed, but that clearly existed. And, there's sides of it like that we just didn't realize was there. And I think that hurt us back then. And knowing what we know now, if we knew it, I think it would have been a lot different.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, it's not like we were afraid or something like that to talk to Vince.
No.
Because it was never like that. I mean, we lived in South Jersey. We used to go up there and rearrange his office. Beth, his secretary, would let us in. We rearrange his desk and shit. So, I mean, we always had I want to say a better than average relationship with Vince. So, if we knew that aspect, like Chaz was saying, we 100% would have done things a little bit different back then.
Yeah. But we had that mindset of doing what we're supposed to do. And then there was times we'd go to Cornette and go, how come we're, not getting pushed more? How come we're not doing this? And Cornette would look at us and goes, you're over. You have merchandise. You have figures. You have this. You have that. Just shut up and do what you're told. And we went, okay. So there was like no one else to guide us other than just getting that. And then I don't say that in any way to disparage Cornette at all, because Cornette's fucking amazing and I love Cornette, and Cornette created the gimmick. And if it wasn't for Cornette, I don't know if we would have made it there.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, that's kind of the advice we got was, you're here, shut up, do what you're supposed to do.
Well, and that could speak to the old school nature, right?
Yeah,
show
100%.
up, do the work.
Yeah,
100%. And now you read things, and the internet is great for so many reasons, but it's also terrible for so many reasons.
Yes, it
is. You read things now about people, about politicking, and about people trying to make sure that other people don't go over and that they stay champ, or that they're the only ones in the title picture, things like that. And I don't know if it's, you guys, have you seen this with younger talent working the indies and stuff like that, where it is more the mindset behind that has flipped to it's all about me, it's not about we anymore.
So I'm going to say yes to that
me too.
and here's why. So I do not just the coaching at the PC, but I have like my own coaching program where, I watch matches with them and I critique them and stuff like that. Fortunate enough that we have this platform we're using right now that I'm able to do that. And I asked one of the kids, I said, and I call them all kids because they're younger than me. But I said to him, I go, what is the point of a match? What is the point of a match? And he looked at me and he said to me, he goes, it's to win. I go, it's not to win. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. You got to tell a story. You got to tell a story and you got to draw emotion out of people. You're drawing the emotion out of people. That's what's getting you over, not winning or losing. I said, you can lose and still be more over than the person you just won that beat you. So I think part of it is because they just don't understand it enough yet on the indies, depending on how long they've been on the indies, that's the point of a match, is to tell a story and draw emotion out of people. And that's what's going to help get you to a next level. Because just going out there you can go out there and beat someone, but if no one knows who you are or they're not talking about you after the fact, it doesn't mean anything.
And it's so funny too, because when we first started and stuff like that, we used to talk, well, let's make sure we get this in. Let's make sure we get this in. Let's make sure we get this. And that's just, like, I guess the mentality is when you first start, you want to go out there and do your stuff. But there's a right way of doing it, and there's the selfish way of doing it. Going into business for yourself is not the way to do it. Going into business with somebody is the way to do it. And when I mean with somebody, is with the person that you're working with, because it takes two to make that match.
So, I mean, Chelsea Green, and again, great example of this, right? She goes out there. She doesn't care if she wins or loses. It's go out there, put on the best match you can, make somebody look. 9 times out of 10, she's losing, right? Make somebody look amazing. Sell your ass off, and make that person go over, right?
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, Chelsea Green gets a bigger pop than whoever she just put over, which is crazy.
And a lot of the kids that are starting out, they don't know that the more I sell for you, then you're going to sell for me later on. They don't realize that, especially the indies now are it's obviously so different than when, we had the territories where, you're working the same guys every night. These guys now are jumping from one town to the next, to one little promotion to another little promotion. So there's not a lot of like stories built up, where you don't build that camaraderie with someone else in the locker room and that relationship with them. So you are more just worried about protecting yourself. But if you start getting that reputation of the person who puts someone over and you sell for them, then other people are going to want to sell for you.
So you guys have been teaming pretty consistently, pretty steadily, with the exception of some injuries and beaver cleavage, which we're not going to talk about. What is
he doesn't care?
I don't care. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about bringing a beaver cleavage action figure out, Mattel.
We need it.
Beaver cleavage action figure is what we need.
With the hat, and the beanie, and
with the hat. Yes.
Oh man, it would be fucking hilarious.
And it needs to be a 2-pack with Beaver's mom.
Okay.
We need the mom with it. That's what it is.
I'm okay with it. She can't have any royalties, so I can take them off.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, it's too soon?
Oh, wow.
It's been a while. It's not too soon.
As long as we don't get a Chaz dual figure with her with a black eye, I think we're okay.
I don't see that happening.
I don't see that happening, but it's still another action figure. I'll take it.
He likes action figures.
So,
I'm a mark for my own action figure. I'll admit it.
That's all right.
Listen, the new one that's coming out, the Build-A-Figure, as soon as I saw it on eBay, I bought it. I had them shipped in from Australia. I bought 2 of them. I have them downstairs. I wasn't waiting. And I still will go into Walmart and search for myself, but, sorry.
Hey, you know what? That's okay. That is okay. Do you search? Do you just look for you? Do you just buy your figures? Do you also buy? Oh, okay. So, it's not like, oh, I want to buy both of us.
So, well, most of ours are together. Like, for instance, I'll have there's a 3-pack of it was me, Undertaker, and Stone Cold. and then he's in a 3-pack with Sean and Hunter. Like, I have both of those. I want whatever figure I'm in, I want the complete set.
Yeah.
Like the stomp figures were separate, but I want the entire set. This Build-A-Figure that's coming out, I want the entire set. Well, actually, I'm going to have to buy 2 sets because I'm going to have to build Rick Rude. Our set is building Rick Rude, so I'm going to have to build Rick Rude. So I want the whole set. And then the only other figures I have that I display are people that had an impact on me. Like Axel Rotten was a huge impact on me when we were in USWA in Memphis. So I actually found one of his figures at an appearance we did, and it was a comic book store or something. Yeah. And the guy was selling it for like, I don't know, it was $100 or $125, and I was going to buy it. And then I kind of told him the story of like the impact Axel had on us and how he helped me and all that. And the guy wouldn't take any money, and he gave it to me. Wow. I have a set, and I just got them all signed of Demolition and Powers of Pain. I have another set that's it's us, but it has the Godwin's label on it. And I'm getting all of us to sign that. So stuff like that. And I have the original LJN of George Animal Steel and King Kong Bundy. So if it's someone that had like some sort of impact on me, I'm going to make like a legacy thing with my collection that I have. But for the most part, yeah, it's all me.
Yeah, he's a collector. I'm not the collector. I mean, God, he's got like pictures and articles from newspapers and stuff like that. I don't have anything like that.
It's kind of cool for me to look back at, and he's got the same thing with his girls. But my son, my son was born in 2004. I left WWF in 2002, so he never saw any of it. So this is kind of a way for him to look back and realize, like, he even said to me, he goes, "Dad, I didn't realize you did all this stuff. Like, I kind of knew you were somebody, but I didn't know what." He goes, "Geez, you did a lot of stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, I was a B- celebrity back in the day. Now I'm a D-."
So speaking of that, you've talked about it on like the Chris Van Vliet podcast, your 2016 return.
Yes.
You talked about the surprise return you guys made, and it was kind of a shock to you. So I know you guys were booked 1 week and then it fell through. And then, how did that feel for both of you when you got that call on a Friday?
So it was weird. So he called me and told me about it. For me, it was a full circle thing, because when I left and didn't re-sign or anything else like that, I left because, for one, I was out of shape coming back from my knee surgery and stuff like that. And my knee injury just, it fucked with my head way too much. I couldn't get back into the gym. I couldn't run right. I couldn't do all this stuff. And it messed with my head. So the whole thing ended not the way I wanted it to. And I gained a whole bunch of weight. When I got out of wrestling, I mean, I was 325 pounds. Long story short, I come down to Florida for one of his birthday parties, and it was his 40th.
Yeah, 40th.
15 years ago.
I'm double nickels.
And he says to me, he goes, "Why don't you just move down here, get back in the ring, we'll get back doing our thing and stuff like that, and end this the way we want to end this." And it was just such an impact and stuff like that. I didn't have a job. I didn't have no place to live, nothing down in Florida. So,
and he was so fat he couldn't climb into the ring.
Right.
Sorry, I had to throw that part in.
Right. And I packed up my wife, 2 kids that were under 6, and 9 Doberman pinchers. 9 dogs.
He had a litter of puppies.
They just had puppies. Packed everything up in a trailer, moved down here, lived in probably a hotel for probably 3 weeks, 2 weeks. And I was on the Tampa side, and every Sunday I used to come over to the East Coast,
which is a 4-hour drive, if you don't know the geography of Florida,
for Sunday Fun Day. And he looks at me and he's like, "Dude, when are you gonna get tired of this driving?"
Yeah, he's like,
8 hours.
He goes, "This is a long drive," and I'm like, "Well, what's the point of being in Tampa? You could be 10 minutes from here instead of being 8 hours. That's stupid."
So that's what I did. I moved over here. I got into the gym. I went to a gym Chaz told me about. It's called U Fit Health Clubs. I was there 2 or 3 times a day, cardio, working out, back for cardio. I lost over 100 pounds, put some more back on because I felt like I looked sick, like I had cancer or something. I had this big giant head and everything else was real tiny. So I'm back up to like 260 right
we're
now.
talking about 2016 right now, though.
Right. So that's why it's like a full circle thing.
I was
for
wondering
me,
where you were going.
because it was a weight thing that I felt like took us apart, and it was a weight thing that brought us back there. So it felt like for me it was a full circle thing, and I felt good to be able to do that for us and for him. So that's what it was for me. It was very emotional. And then my oldest two kids were able to see what Dad wasn't home for a lot. So they were there too.
Yeah, so I mean, it was just, you know, I talked about it on Chris's show, and I actually highlighted it in the book. My book, I actually started with that return in 2016, and then I stop it and I end the book with the 2016. But for me, it was just all about my son. He'd seen us do, I don't know, thousands of indie local shows. There's actually one time we were doing a tag team tournament, and we get to the finals. It's our third match of the night, and I look over, and my son's laying on our gimmick table, sound asleep.
Sleeping, curled up with our t-shirts.
I'm like, is Daddy that boring that you fell asleep? But yeah, so all I wanted was for him one time to see me, whether it was like a live show down here or TV, or just one time in that ring, and it was amazing. And my ex actually took her phone and set it up behind him, so she filmed it, videoed it, so I got to watch him watch me as I'm coming out. So it wasn't just when we got back, because it was in Dallas, when we got back to the hotel that night, like that 5-minute video was sitting on my phone, like in my text for me to watch. And that was it for me right there, being able to watch his reactions. And I got a lot of heat from some of the fans because I did the dab.
Yeah, you did.
But the dab was for him. Like I did the monkey face I used to do was for my niece. And I asked him, like, what do you want me to do? And he said, I want you to dab. And I said, I hate the dab. I think it's stupid. He said, I know. That's why I want you to do the dab. And I didn't talk to the camera guys or nothing. And when I got up on that corner and I hit that dab, I mean, you couldn't miss it. It was dead there. And in the video, it's the best because my son pops, he starts laughing. Then he like turns his head and he's like wiping his eyes like this. I'm like, did you tear up? He's like, the fan was on high. It was making my eyes dry.
Yeah, it was a piece of dust.
Yeah. But for me, that right there was what it was all about. It was that just being able for him to see it, but me being able to watch him watch me made it even better.
So 33 years together. What's the secret? What is the secret to tag team longevity? How do you spend that much time together? I mean, your relationship, like your tag team, has lasted longer than a lot of people's marriages last. What is the secret?
It's lasted longer than both of our marriages, and we have 3 in between us.
Yes.
It's you know what, it wasn't always us laughing and joking. There were times on the roads when we argued. There was one time, I'll tell the story again. It's in the book beneath the skirt. I fell asleep in it, and this is dumb. And now that when I wrote about it, I'm like, you're stupid. Like, it was really dumb. We went to a tanning place, and in Knoxville, and I can fall asleep at any moment, at any time. We can get done working out, and I get in the car and a 5-minute drive back to where we were staying, and I could fall asleep. I could literally right now on the floor fall asleep while you finish this with him. It's a gift I have. But I got in the tanning bed and I fell asleep. And usually the tanning bed, when it clicks off, it makes that clicking noise and I would wake up. Well, for whatever reason, this day I didn't wake up, and he's pounding on the door, like yelling and screaming, and I got pissed. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you screaming and yelling at everybody? He's like, I'm trying to wake up. And really what it was I was more embarrassed because the girl at the front was a cute girl at the front. And I'm like, I look like a fucking idiot. And he's screaming and yelling at me, making fun of me. But there was one point where I was like, pull over the car, and I'm walking. I got out. And I'm like, I started walking. And he's like, pulled up next to me. He's like, dude, it's like a 20-minute drive and you're going to walk. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to walk. And I was like, man, like stupid shit. Like, I can say it's stupid, but that's when you're with someone for so long, like a real marriage, and this has been a real marriage. It's a real partnership, always has been, always will be. You have those moments. I mean, there's moments even now when one of us does something on the road and it's stupid. We're like, what are you doing? Like, and it's probably more me, because I'll look at him like, you're chewing loud. Would you shut the fuck up? Why are you chewing so loud?
Yeah, all the
And
time.
again, I'm self-aware enough to know it's me, but we bicker like that a
He'll
lot.
look at me and go-
and he laughs and he's like, "What's your problem? Like, shut up."
He'll look at me and go, "Why are you yelling?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
I do that a lot.
A lot.
I'm like, why are you yelling?
I do talk loud.
But yeah, it's work. And and I don't mean work like it's your job. It takes work to make something work.
So the stage dive is one of the most underrated
tag team finisher
finishers
ever.
And it has never been duplicated.
No.
Isn't that weird?
So first off, if you haven't liked and subscribed and listened to the Stage Dive podcast, go out there and check out the Stage Dive podcast and also the Chaz Mosh podcast, I believe is what it is.
Yeah, so it's all, just look up Chaz Mosh Show. It's all kind of on the same channel and page. Yeah. Yes.
But the stave dive finisher, that was and you've talked about this, about the timing of it, but it is a fantastic move. And is it interchangeable? Can both of you do it? Or is it a solo power bomb?
So I'm gonna go. Let me start. So when we first started, I'll let him tell the story of how we came up with it. But when we first started doing it, the idea was for me to do the leg drop, because I'm smaller. Was for me to do the leg drop, but the timing, the coordination, the balance on the top rope, I didn't have. So
he's afraid.
With that being said, I am. I don't like heights. That's my dad's fault. Fuck him. Twice.
Stirring it up.
Twice I've done the leg drop, and that's because the person we were working in the ring pissed us off or did something like really bad. Like,
and it was one time on WWE.
I was just going to tell the story.
Yeah.
We were in the locker room and we had these two kids, an enhancement match with them. And I was sitting there for whatever reason in the locker room. This kid comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, so we're working tonight." I'm like, "All right, cool." I'm like, we'll get with you. He goes, "Well, no." He goes, "I already got the match." And I'm like, "What do you mean you got the match?" He goes, "Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start and I'm going to shine on you, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm going to tag my partner in. You go over on him and then you tag Glenn in. You guys beat him up, tag me back in. I'll shine a little bit more. Then I'm going to tag my partner in and you guys can, hit the finish on him." He goes, but he was a lot more specific with it. And I went, okay. And I just sat there like, did this just happen? And all I heard from the corner was, "Oh, damn." And I looked over and there's Ron and Bradshaw. And Bradshaw was like eyes wide open. He was so excited. He goes, "Holy shit." He goes, "This is going to be a curtain sellout." He goes, "Because you're going to beat the shit out of that guy now, aren't you?" And he goes, and Ron just stood there and goes, "Look, man, you got to teach boys lessons. You know what you got to do." He goes, "Yeah, I'm going to be right there. I'm going to watch." And then I look over and then there's Taker going, just nodding his head like this. And I was like,
lacing up his boots.
Yeah, I went, all right. So we went out there and he went to lock up and I just fucking punched him right in the face. Just pummeled him.
It was over before it started.
And then when it came time for the finish, I tagged Glenn and he starts coming. I go, "Nope." I go, "I'm doing a leg drop." And he grabbed the kid. He goes, "You fucked up bad. He's doing a leg drop." And when I came off the top, I kid you not, my butt cheek landed right flat on his face. And 1, 2, 3, we got in the back, and I'm like, all right, let's see what's going to happen here. We got in the back, and all the boys were standing there clapping.
As we came through the curtain, they were like this.
And then the kid went in the locker room. He grabbed his bag. He came over to me. He said, "Thank you, lesson learned," and out the door he went. So I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So as far as it being interchangeable, no. And if you see me climbing to the top rope, just go, "I'm sorry, sir. What did I do?"
Yeah, you fucked up.
So again, I'll let you tell you that.
But it was weird. When I first started wrestling, Larry Sharp was my trainer at the Monster Factory. He told me, he goes, "There's one thing you need to do. Before you go to bed every night, put a pad of paper next to your bed with a pen." He goes, "Because you're going to dream of certain moves and stuff like that you're going to want to do, and you're going to forget it." He goes, "So have that pad, write it down, and then in the morning it'll help you remember." So one morning I woke up and there was the pad and it had a power bomb and a leg drop, or it said leg drop into a power, something like that. It said power bomb and then leg drop. So I'm showing Chaz, I'm going, this is our finisher. Somehow we have to turn this into, our finisher. So we sat, we talked about it and everything else. And we started doing the positioning, and D'Lo was the first one to ever take the stage dive.
Yeah, we even tried it with Glenn just doing a power bomb in the ring and me kind of running and trying to do a leg drop at the same time in the ring. But the timing was off. I kicked D'Lo in the
So
head a couple
weird.
times, and then the one time he landed on my leg.
Yeah.
I'm like, if the timing's even off a little bit, it's not going to work.
So then we did it from the second rope, and it kind of worked, but it wasn't that big of an impact. It wasn't that holy shit kind of finish that you want for a tag team. And then he just got tired of either sitting on people's faces or just feeling uncomfortable.
And it was D'Lo taking it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I mean, and I kicked him in the side of the head. I can't tell you how many times.
That's why his head's squishy.
Yes, that's why it's odd shape now.
Squishy. So then I've gone to the top rope before. I used to do a splash when I did the spider gimmick, and I would spin in a circle like a 360 and then splash you. So I was comfortable going to the top rope. Now I kind of wish I wasn't, because the leg drop from the top rope is way worse than the leg drop from the floor. So yeah, that's how it came about. And we tell everybody to this day, it makes me more madder than it does him when it's not given its proper props. Because everybody does everybody else's moves. Right. Except that stage dive. You've never, ever, ever, ever seen anybody attempt to do it or try to do it or anything close to it. You got the person that's going to lean the guy back and he's going to drop the elbow or the leg. Mm-hmm. Well, that was the Demolition's finish.
Off the second rope.
And the same thing with, the Hart Foundation, where they lean the guy back and Brett does the clothesline, and,
everyone does the 3D. Everyone does LODs.
Yeah, nobody does the stage dive.
The timing isn't the timing. And I realize LOD, Demolition, Dudley's, in theory, are all bigger name than the Headbangers are, which is why their finishers probably get more props. And I'm okay with that.
I'm not.
Well, I'm okay with them being bigger names.
Well, yeah, that I am.
But I'm just saying I think that's the reason why our son, because we have a lot of double team moves that people don't do. Like when I go to the PC, I've tried passing on the drop down clothesline. The only thing that's picked up on is OTM will do this little spot that I went over with them, and it ends with the big double flapjack. And those two boys are so big and so strong. I mean, they can throw you, through way up in the air. Like we think we got people high.
Yeah.
They toss people. And there's a couple times I showed them how to do it, and the other tag teams, when they're in the tag team, are looking at me going, Chaz, can you stop? Like, we have to take that from them. We don't want to be 20 feet in the air taking a bump.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a lot of things that we've done. I think back then, we were a little before our time, because I think a lot of our double team moves were innovative and different. And, working the bigger guys we worked with, LOD, the Godwins, and, even with Davey and Owen, like they didn't really want to take stuff like that we did. So I think that kind of hurt us as far as, I don't want to say credibility wise, but maybe status wise of where we listed with tag teams. And then, when he got hurt, obviously that timing was bad, because that's when Matt and Jeff and Edge and Christian and the Dudleys came in, and we kind of got pushed to the bottom, and we were the most tenured tag team at that point. So I mean, the timing of it, and it's not even just, you take the 3D, you're told what to do. Like you're taking the LODs, you're just falling backwards. But ours is the timing of going with me. You got to keep an arm down. You got to look the other way. If you sit up because you want to look at him coming off the top rope, you're going to get kicked in the side of the head. It's just part of physics. When you look up this way, it brings your body up. And it's just, it's the greatest of all time. But where people rank it and they want to talk about like Strike Forces or Power and Glory. But I'm like, D'Lo and I did Power and Glory too. So, I mean, it's not that hard. And we did that with knowing we were working together within 20 minutes. So, it's the greatest of all time. Let's just leave it at that after 10 minutes of rambling about it.
Yeah.
Timing is everything, right? In wrestling, in life, timing's everything.
Yes.
I just think that's what sets tag team wrestling different than being in a singles, is because you have to have the timing with another person that you're working with. So I think that's the biggest difference between singles and tag team wrestling.
So I want to do some rapid fire questions. Don't overthink it. Just point to the person or say or say the person's name. Rapid fire questions.
Okay, go.
Who is more likely to lose their wallet or keys while on the road?
Me.
Glenn.
Who complains more about aches and pains in the morning after a match?
Glenn.
Oh, me.
Who takes longer to get ready before a show?
Me.
Like a
I'm
woman.
noticing a trend here. Who's the cheaper one when it comes to paying for food?
Glenn.
Oh, me.
Glenn won't eat for 2 days.
No. But I do have luggage. I don't have trash bags yet. No.
Who's the better driver?
Me.
Oh, him.
Okay. And who has the worst taste in music? Outside of the music that you guys normally listen to. So if you normally listen to heavy metal or rock like Slayer, Pantera,
Well, we took
Metallica,
variety.
outside of that,
I'm going to say I don't know because we kind of listen to the same music
All the time,
and it's a variety of, and I just hook my phone up to the car when we drive, and I hit Amazon and hits the playlist. So that's tough because our taste is about the same. I will say I'll say I'm a better singer though, so that I win.
Yeah, I won't say that.
Is there any type of music that you won't listen to?
Rap.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of. I'm a fan of old school rap. Like, give me some Vanilla Ice, MC Hammer, fine. But the new stuff, if I can't understand the words that are coming out of your mouth or coming through my speakers, I don't want to hear it.
And I don't want to hear bitch this and bitch that and suck this and fuck that.
Unless it's medium pace. Adam Sandler.
Right, that's different.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
All right. One word or one sentence answers. The best wrestler that you've never wrestled.
Best wrestler I've never wrestled.
I was going to say Brad Armstrong, but we wrestled him.
Ricky Steamboat.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Best crowd you've ever performed in front of.
Chicago.
What city?
Chicago.
Chicago is a wrestling town.
Oh my God.
Chicago, Philly's close because Philly's hometown. But yeah, I give Chicago to Edge because our T-shirts sold out all the time.
All the time we went there, or we would get told your T-shirt sold out
again.
Yeah. Here.
Favorite tag team of all time besides yourself?
Demolition.
Favorite or best?
Favorite. Let's do favorite and then best.
Favorite tag team of all time. Ooh, that's tough.
You're not supposed to overthink it.
I'm trying not to. I'm torn between LOD and Demolition. So I mean, it's
I'm a Demolition guy.
Yeah, I'll go LOD.
And the only reason I say that is because again, we were from the north, and that's who we saw.
Yeah,
I saw Demolition, not LOD.
I saw a little bit of them with NWA when I got into it more, but yeah, I'm going to go LOD.
What is the best? I'm going to say golden era, attitude era tag team. Best one
that we worked.
That you worked.
Outlaws.
The best tag team we ever worked. Yeah, I'd say Outlaws also because I don't. Technically wise.
Now our most favorite team to work during that time. Was the Godwins.
And you guys worked them a lot.
Yes.
And the Outlaws were second.
Yes.
What about today's tag team? A tag team from today. It doesn't matter if it's WWF,
the Vision,
TNA, MLW.
The Vision.
Thank you.
I love
somebody else is on the Vision train.
They're not really a tag team now, though.
They're a faction.
Right.
They're a Freebird style tag team. You can throw any of them together.
Name got hurt suddenly.
I'm going to tell you, I'm a huge Logan Paul fan. I love watching him in the ring. I don't care, where he came from, what he's done, or anything else. His athletic ability in the ring is far better than everybody else's. His mic work, and everything.
His mic work is amazing. He gets, he now that he's dedicated himself to wrestling.
Yep.
He gets that heat.
Yeah.
But it's not the go away heat, it's the go home heat, right? Like it is fantastic.
And
that man
even better is to watch him turn babyface. Because it's gonna happen eventually.
No. It can't happen.
It's
How is
not
Logan
Everyone
Paul going to
turns.
be a
everybody
The
does.
crowd turns everyone eventually.
Yep.
The only one who did well, Miz
Oh.
actually turned too. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, huge Logan Paul fan. Huge. I talk about it every
and
week. And I'm
Mosh, what about you?
now.
What's your favorite modern tag team from any company?
I mean, my favorite right now, I'd said I'd like to work down would be Hank and Tank. I think they are. Here's why. There's different reasons. When we were there full time, we were the go-to guys when it came to personal. We were the personal appearance kings. When there was a meet and greet needed, they came and grabbed us. When there was a ticket on sale event, they took us off the road at one point for like 6 months and just had us doing ticket on sales, doing personal appearances.
We were on the road more then doing that than we were when we were working.
Then from there, we left. The New Day took that spot. And that was, their role. They came out, they hyped up the crowd. They were, the matches, they did all the appearances, that's what they did. I think Hank and Tank take that spot. I think their personalities, their charisma, the way they get along, the way they interact, I think that they're going to take that spot. So I'm going with Hank and Tank for those reasons.
Worst bump you've ever taken?
Worst bump I've ever taken. Actually, worst one I'm going to say is we were in Arkansas. This is the only time I recall being a little blacked out. Was we're working the Eliminators, and Perry Saturn threw a stiff ass clothesline, and I remember bumping early on purpose to try and not realizing bumping early was going to lead his forearm to hitting me in the chin, and so I hit my head and saw stars. So I'm going to say
that one.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it's the only
I'm gonna
first thing that
say-
pops into my head without overthinking it.
If I'm not overthinking it, I'm going back to where I wrestled Rick and Scott Steiner. Scott had me up for the suplex and then drops you down into the pile driver.
Yep.
I was probably one of the first ones to ever take that, and I guess I went too far, and it kind of like just. If you ever watch the video, you can watch it. I did extra work, and I'll never ever forget that. And then when we went back in 2016, I don't even think you know this. When I took the gore from Rhino, totally knocked me out. Have no idea because.
Oh.
And here's the funny thing: we were in the shower, and I look at him and go, "Hey, don't we have to do that interview with that girl?" And he's like, "Yeah, we just got done doing that." I'm like, "Oh, was it good?" He's like, "Yeah, it was good." And I'm like, I don't even fucking remember. Don't even remember. It knocked me totally out.
Wow. So I have one more question for both of you. The new crop of kids that's coming up, there's a lot of complaints with online, right? Online being the internet being good and bad. There's a lot of discourse around WWE and AEW and people not really knowing how to cut promos. And promos being such a vital thing in wrestling to build storylines. And honestly, some of the promos that are on TV are just dog shit, right? Some people should not hold a microphone to their face.
Right.
How do you see this being an issue? Because with modern wrestling fans, they want a lot of realism. That Danhausen, you either love him or hate him. And the promos thing gets a lot of people turned off. They think it's, you can tell it's scripted. You can tell that these kids are in the back reading a script 5 minutes before they go out to the front.
See,
do you think this is hurting wrestling?
And I think that's the weird thing about during our time is they used to give us a piece of paper with bullet points. Hey, these are the kind of the things we want you to hit during your promo. Make it your own. And that's the thing. I think it goes back to character building. You have to have a character that is very similar to yourself. Like the Headbangers aren't far from actually who we are. I mean, we like that music. We're crazy, goofy. We like to have fun. We like to laugh, joke around, whatever. That's just us. So to put that into the character and the promos and stuff like that was very, very easy. Even if we said something stupid
that didn't make sense
and didn't make it fit
was
the
us.
characters. It was us. I've watched Oba, he was a perfect example. When he first started doing his promos, I said to him, I said, it's rough. He's very, very, and then the last one that he just did this past Monday with Paul was amazing. You can see, you know, him getting better and better and better. And I think, you know, a lot of that has to do with who he's working with Paul. I think Paul Heyman, you know, when he takes somebody in, you can see them, Austin Theory, transition into a better and better and better promo person. Everybody that Braun Breaker, you know, is with Paul Heyman. His promos have gotten so much better. So I think in reality, they should let Paul teach a promo class every Monday, Friday night, you know, at the shows. So I don't see, you know, I understand that people shit on some of the promos, but it's just like,
I mean, some of the promos back when we were there, I'll be the first to admit, I don't think I do good promos. My promos are only good because they're goofy because it's the character. But I, you know, having the back and forth stuff, it comes with time. I mean, like The Rock and Stone Cold. I mean, The Rock's known as, you know, Triple H. You're all known as, you know, Shawn is some of the best talkers doing promos. But let's look back at when they first came in, how good their promos were. Were they that good? No, they weren't. No. So it takes time. I think part of it is, I don't think it's hurting wrestling. I think what's hurting wrestling is people on the internet who all think they have, I mean, everyone has an opinion. You can have an opinion about something. No one can argue with you about your opinion. But when you're sitting there and you're criticizing for something you'd never done, you know what I do? I don't come to your job and sit there and criticize you hitting wrong buttons or overcooking a burger or something like that. So it's everyone. The internet, like you said, the internet's good and it's bad. And I think that's the bad part is everyone now can sit here and have keyboard muscles and talk about, oh, that promo's terrible. That guy sucks. He shouldn't be in here. He shouldn't be doing that. Well, why? Because you can't do it. You've never done it. How can, like, I can't come to your job and tell you you're a good lawyer or not. I don't know if you're good or not. You know, and I think that's the part that's hurting it. It's just everyone is the criticism and thinking they know when they don't know. I think that's the negative part. But again, promos come with time. You know, it comes with time. Like Glenn said, a lot of it is your character. Yes, some of them are scripted. They are written out. I think some of the talent has we just talked about this earlier with Becky and Seth, you know, they're probably given more leeway to go, okay, here's the idea, go make the promo. But the younger guys, they're given more of a script to follow, but they have to take that script and make it their character. And a lot of these young kids are still trying to learn their character. They're trying to figure out who they are. You know, Sol Rook is one, you know, her in-ring athletic abilities, amazing. Promos, she's now just starting to learn how to pull emotion out of the people with her promos. She would do a promo before and you just went, okay. Like it didn't mean anything. But if you watch her promos now, like Glenn said about Oba, they're starting to pull emotion out of people. It takes time. So it's just a matter of, you know, let it go and watch it and then just enjoy the product. You're not going to like like I watch it. I don't like everything. Hell, I was watching the Mark Briscoe, Thomas Ciampa match the other day, and there was all this color. And
oh man!
But so you saw the match. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I know you didn't see it.
Yeah.
So it's like an anything goes match. There's weapons, there's shit all over. You love them. I don't like them. So Thomas grabs the cheese grater and he's hitting on his own head, and he goes to put it on Mark's forehead. Mark's already bleeding. His blood was all over his hand. Like, I don't like that. I didn't like that spot. Like, at least do the great first and then somehow gig, but he gigged before the great started and you saw the blood all over his hand. So, but I'm not sitting here going, oh my God, he sucks. He's terrible. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Clearly shit happens. And this is wrestling is a live scripted performance. It's not a cut, timeout, let's do that again, or no, change the promo here. Like I was watching LFG the other day, and Cam Hendricks, Anthony Luke, he's coming to the ring, cutting a promo against Tate Weiler, and he froze. He literally was walking up the steps and stopped and was like, oh shit, he forgot what he was supposed to say next, but then he just picked up one. it happens. It's live. It's not a thing. So I think people just got to chill, sit back and watch it and just enjoy the product instead of trying to, because when I try to watch it from a fan perspective. Yes, Glenn and I on our Stage Dive podcast and on my own podcast, like I'll talk about storylines and angles, but I don't talk about people and characters and the mess ups, because that shit's all going to happen. I want to sit back and just enjoy the product, enjoy what I'm watching. And I think that's what's missing, and that's what's wrong.
Yeah.
I've always said wrestling is live action combat theater.
Yeah. 100%.
You know, and to your point, everyone has an opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. And let's face it, yours probably stinks, right?
Why do we say that? Why do we say, but doesn't everybody have a nose? Why can't we say opinions are like a nose? Everybody has one.
Because it's not as good.
I just think asshole is just
well, the thing is, everyone,
yeah.
Everyone's like, it's like an asshole. Everyone has one. Everyone has an opinion. And just like an asshole, some are bigger, some are small.
See, I know how to get started.
Some are, I know. Some are big and some are small.
Wow. There's so many places we could go. But
well, with that, guys, thank you so much for taking time, coming on the podcast, hanging out, laughing, talking about, wrestling. I really appreciate it. I know the viewers are going to appreciate it. And again, Stage Dive Podcast, Behind the Skirt, the memoir.
Beneath the skirt.
What the beneath the skirt?
You can
beneath the skirt, you go to chazmosh.com. Chazmosh.com to pick it up, and then there's other exclusive things on there that can't be sold anywhere else, exclusively on, did I mention Chazmosh.com?
It's so easy to remember the name because everybody always goes, what's under the skirt? Beneath the skirt. So now you're going to know.
See, there you go.
Yes.
There you go. I wanted to share something with you guys real quick. One of my prized possessions.
There you go.
A signed 8x10 Mosh and Thrasher.
Oh, yeah.
With a real men wear squirts. There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Love it.
Fantastic. But again, guys, thank you so much for hanging out.
Now he's going to put that back in his drawer.
Yeah.
He just put that up there.
There you go. Yeah, I had to cover up my Bullet Club stuff, and so this is going to go back in the drawer. That's right. All right.
No, hey,
we're not even good enough to display. We're stuck in a drawer next to his.
Listen, we're underrated. Hopefully we're not. Hopefully not stored next to the used condom.
Right.
No, just the new condoms, the lube, and the GIMP mask. That's it.
Okay.
So, alrighty.
Guys, thank you so much for being on. I appreciate it.
Nope. Thank you for having us on. And hey, go do whatever makes your heart happy. Just don't suck at it.
Don't let your meatloaf.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Woo.